Hello to my Leos. All right, Leos, let's get right into it. Leos. All right, let's go. Let's see what's in your cards. Let's set the tone for your reading. Leos. Let's see what the first card out of the deck is. You deserve the best. All right, you deserve the best. The best. All right, let's go. Let's see what's in your cards. All of these readings are timeless. This is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you. If you're interested in a personal reading, my information is below in the description. All right, let's go. All right, Leos. Let's see what's in your cards. All right, so Ace, new money is coming across someone's path. This time somebody's going to really keep it close to the cuff, though. Of course, unless you're some kind of a public figure or something where you really can't keep it close to the cuff, but I do see your money growing. Especially in the past, if, people have done everything they could possibly do to limit your abundance and prosperity. I see you having a better relationship with the energy of money. That's what I'm seeing here. I see you having a much better relationship with the energy of money. So you're having a better relationship with time. So you're being a better steward of your time is what I'm seeing here. Let me start out with an angel number first. That's what I should have started out with. It's an angel number first. So yeah, you deserve the best. Put that out in the universe. You deserve the best. Not better, the best, right? So don't shortchange yourself. Don't shortchange yourself. We're going to have a full moon in Leo. It's a snow moon. We're going to have a full moon in Leo this cycle that we're in now. Even though, like I said, these readings are timeless. So we just happen to have a full moon coming up in February. So in Leo. So don't shortchange yourselves, Leos. I would say that to any zodiac sign. You don't have any competition whatsoever. Get all of that out of your mind. Somebody's jealous, somebody's this, and if that's them, that's them. Focus on you. There it is, 525 money. Wealth flows to those who already believe they have it. So financial abundance wants to flow to you, but you must prepare your mindset for it. The key is feeling grateful for what you want as if you already have it. Think of one thing you want right now. Sit for a few moments in quiet appreciation for its presence in your life as if you already manifested it. That's right. You don't have any competition. None. Nobody is your competition. You don't have to say anything negative about people. You don't have to be shady. You don't have none of that. None of that. What's for you is for you. Period. You don't have to align yourself with people. Once you find out people have kept you in the dark about something, that's when you detach. Oh, you ain't tell me that part. I know that part. I got to detach. I'm not trying to get caught up in your karmic cycle. Because you don't know how long that karma is going to last. And you don't know when it's going to reach you. Y'all could stop being friends, never talk again. You still in that karmic cycle. Boom, it come hit you. Source is saying to you, you ain't trying to mess up your stuff. Move on. You don't know what's going on. Just move on. Move it along. You don't know what's going on. Move on, right? You don't know what's going on, right? You got new money coming across your path. Stay focused. Because you really don't know what's going on. You don't really know. Like when I said, some people, looking at the cards here, because you got something new coming across your path. You don't know if people are lying on people and people are telling you, you assuming that it's someone's karmic, or they could have been in a karmic relationship where they're tied into somebody else's karma. They could have a crazy ex, and I'm saying crazy like somebody who is stalking them, who's obsessed with hurting them in some way. You don't even know to the extent. You don't know if they're family, but you don't know what is going on. So it's saying, send your prayers. Move on. Send your prayers. Move on. You're trying to grow your abundance and your prosperity. So yeah. You're moving on. Some people actually thrive in hermit mode. Everybody in hermit mode is not running from anything. Some people really thrive in hermit mode. You could be a person who thrives in hermit mode, right? Everybody who moves on from chaos and confusion and drama is not shady. Some people don't even want to be associated with that. But Source is also saying to you, that's what you have in common with people. But you also know that just like with you, you're trying to be conservative with your time. Four and one will be 5. You're trying to be conservative with your time, meaning that you know your worth and you know your value. And there's some energies who let me see here. We have the World card. There are some energies who are trying to limit your abundance and your prosperity, right? And some people will help you. They'll tell you that. They'll tell you. They'll tell you ahead of time. They'll tell you ahead of time. Be careful. Watch out for this. Watch out for that. Watch out for this. Watch out for that. Some people are really afraid of people's high priestess gifts. First of all, everybody has intuition. Men and women have high priestess gifts. Everybody, that's intuition. That's Source's voice from the inside, right? And then Source is going to give you the physical evidence of something, right? So when people are trying to warn you, like stay away from something, right? Then you need to stay away from something. And we're not talking about gossip either. Right? We're not talking about gossip. We're not talking about, oh, you need to stay away from that one. That one that's bad news. That's gossip. We're talking about Source telling you from the inside. We're telling you Source is telling you something from the inside. Right? Source is telling you you got expansion in front of you. You have a whole world in front of you. You got a whole lot of things that's going on in front of you. You're on your path. You have high priestess gifts, and Source is saying something is being fulfilled in you. That's what you have in common with somebody. Like, so Source is saying, don't get confused. Do not get confused. There's some energies that you're no longer talking to. There's some energies that other people are no longer talking to. That's what you all have in common. Sometimes people feel like they're confused about what they have in common. Your abundance is growing, but so is somebody else's abundance. Abundance is also growing as well. You got money coming your way, so does somebody else has money coming their way. That's what the Source is trying to tell you. You left behind some energies that were low frequency, that wasn't ready to leave some things behind. They left behind some energies that wasn't ready to leave some things behind, right? So that's what Source is trying to help people to start to see, is that once you start to listen to that voice within, and you start asking Source for the physical evidence of some things, and Source starts showing you physical evidence of some things, and you move away from energies who are shady, people are going to lie about you behind your back. That's what Source is trying to tell you. You're now enlightened from within. People are going to lie about you behind your back because you're not talking to them anymore. They're going to say you're the one that's shady, that whatever, everything, whatever. They're going to say whatever, right? They're going to assume a whole lot of things about you, Leo. Oh, you trying to get with this one, you trying to get with that one. You just on your path, just like everybody else, just like other people are on their path. You're attracted to this one, you're attracted to that one. You may not even know who this one or that one is. You just on your path. So it's saying you got money coming across your path, just like other people got money coming across their path. And people are just like, but something has already been fulfilled. Yeah, and a light is shining on something. Source has exposed something already. Stay focused. Stay focused. Your abundance and prosperity is growing. Yeah, sources already exposed something. That's why source is saying just save yourself. Focus, and we don't have to, as bad, like I say this all the time about Leos, just in general, just, well, whoever. Take your super person cape off. We don't have the power to save other people. So it said that's how somebody went from maybe some money is coming across your path to for certain money is coming across your path. Move on. Everybody's on their own path. Everybody's on their own path. Right? Everybody's on their own path. Right? Yep, everybody's on their own path. Right? So, so it looks like you're learning how to save yourself from going down to a lower frequency. So it looks like you're learning how to save yourself from going down to a lower. In other words, somebody's learning how to be in divine feminine energy. And I'm talking to men and women, right? It's like you're learning how to be in divine feminine energy, right? Right? Because you know what it feels like when people talk about people behind their back. That's what you're this right here symbol is for the sun, right? Right, sunlight, right? A light has been shown about talking about people behind their back. So that's what somebody is saying, like, you know how it feels when people talk about people behind their back. You know, like when people move on from things and people talk about people behind their back, how it causes people to lament, put them in a dark space. Right? So you're sending prayers, right? You're sending prayers to people. But you feel very fortunate to, like I said before, that's what you're saying. You feel very fortunate to trust source. So it's certain energies you're not talking to anymore because you're not motivated to talk to people who talk about people behind their back at all. You're not motivated to talk to people who talk about people behind their back at all. Right? That's when people are in hermit mode, right? So I feel like somebody was feeling torn, like going in two different directions. Yeah, I feel like somebody was kind of sort of feeling torn. And I feel like now somebody feels like somebody is really down to earth and somebody is really relatable, like you, down to earth. And remember, there's no gender here. There's no gender here. But down to earth like you, down to earth, relatable. But I feel like somebody was feel like they was torn, going in two different directions. Let me see what else we got going on here. Yeah. Yeah, something is over. Yeah, this is a rebirth. Something is over. Yeah, this is rebirth. Because somebody was on an emotional roller coaster. You could have felt like you were on an emotional roller coaster at first, but something is over now. Yeah, something is over now. Yeah, you're back in the saddle. You're back in the saddle again. Yeah. Something you definitely, something you're definitely not going back to. Something you're definitely not going back to. Somebody, you feel very fortunate. Yeah, you feel very, very fortunate to just be, to save yourself. You just save yourself. That's what I've been saying. I know I talk to a lot of y'all, Leos, and y'all start laughing. Leos, take the super person cape off. We don't have the power to save each other. We don't. You can lead people to water, but you can't force them to drink it. So these are a lot of major secrets going on up here. So I see your abundance and your prosperity growing. I do see, like I said, somebody, I see you living a life that you're pleased with and the life that you love. And I do see you in high priestess energy. I'm talking to men and women, Leos here. And I do see you feeling very fortunate. But Source is really trying to help you all live a softer life. Source is trying to help everybody live a softer life. It's a more balanced out life, right? Trying to help you to move on from people who make shady comments about people behind their backs. Like trying to help you to just move on from that. You have it's like somebody is moving on from all of that. Based on like low vibrating emotions they may feel about people or whatever. So it's like just trying to get you to save yourself from all of that. Just move on from all of that. Like you got money trying to come in, and that's remember that's you. Even those low vibrating emotions, almost like a placeholder, it will block your money. Even the shady comments will just block your money. It's just like you just holding space for that, right? So it's saying, okay, you don't need to hold your space for that. Like you don't need to hold space for that. That's a conversation you can move on from. You can just calmly move on from it. Might call you with all this chaos and confusion. Yep, high vibrational. We got other stuff to do. You got other stuff to do. So you have a sea of opportunities trying to come in. You got a sea of opportunities trying to come in. It's other stuff to talk about. Other stuff to talk about. So anyway, yeah. So I still see your abundance and prosperity growing. I see a light shining on some things. You're going to feel very fortunate. Like I said before. You'll start listening to your intuition. Somebody went on a Alice in Wonderland discovery about two energies. Oops. Yeah, about two energies. That were being shady about somebody behind their back. Two energies they went on behind their back. Right. So you can now move on. Yeah. Yep. What I said before, you can sit yourself right on your throne, adjust your crown, and pray for people to come out of that mindset, competing, comparing, all of that. Anyway, like I said, you're not going back to that. You're sitting on your throne, hashtag winning, hashtag. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, definitely not falling for the bait. You're definitely not falling for the bait and switch. Yeah, your motivation is changing. Your motivation is changing for sure. Now that something has been brought into the light, your motivation is definitely changing. Ooh. Yeah. I'm looking at the duality of something here. Because I'm also seeing like there's some lies being told about somebody behind their back too. Hold on too. Yeah. That's what you have in common with somebody too. It's like a lot of lies being told about you and somebody behind your back. The main thing is looking at your reading here though is that Source wants you to focus on you and let Source sort everything out. That's the main thing here, is that Source wants you to focus on you and sort everything out. That's the main thing here. That's the main thing. Because basically what somebody is trying to say is, or some people are trying to say that somebody is depressed, somebody's back is against the wall, as far as money is concerned. Somebody went down this rabbit hole and somebody's having some money issues or money problems or whatever. That's why somebody is really hostile and argumentative. They're combative. Like, who in the world? I don't know who somebody's talking about, and I hope that's not somebody's issues. That's why somebody moved. That's why people are being shady, and that's why they just argumentative, and people are talking about them behind their back. I mean, like, what in the world? I hope that's not the. I hope that is not. I hope before somebody goes into that kind of gossip of competing and comparing, and that's what I'm talking about, like take off the super person cape, that people would actually pray for people and not go to that. I just hope that that's not the case. Yeah, I hope that's not the case. Yeah, I hope that's not the case. Yeah, because I'm looking at this lying behind somebody. I feel like somebody is lying behind somebody's back, and I feel like somebody could have put somebody in a situation where they may have felt like something was insurmountable, like maybe financially somebody could have put somebody in a situation where this could have been like maybe overwhelming financially. Yeah, somebody could have put somebody in a situation where they were overwhelmed financially. Yeah. Like, for instance, let me say, like, for instance, for example, like let me give you an example. So let's say, for instance, you got an email, which this is common for a lot of people. Let's say, for instance, you got an email from like somebody who's saying, you were late, or let's say, for instance, you haven't had a chance to switch out a credit card or something on a bill or something, and somebody is saying, okay, well, this hasn't been paid yet. And somebody saw that, they would assume you may be having some money issues or money problems, right? Well, first of all, who would be gossiping about something like that? But some people would be, oh, they must be having issues and money problems. First of all, how would somebody even know that or see that? Right? How would somebody, unless somebody is telling, or somebody shouldn't be seeing it, or whatever the case may be. It's just so many things that familiar spirits, they just jump to conclusions about things without them, or let's say, like, for instance, somebody filed for bankruptcy, or somebody has like vehicles repossessed, or they have to defer, a loan or something, or whatever the case may be. Familiar spirits would jump to conclusions about stuff, or hurry up and spread a rumor and lie about people real quick. I mean, just all kind. In other words, sources saying, no matter what somebody's situation is, this is what you have in common with somebody, how shady people are behind people's backs. Sources saying to you, before you jump on some kind of a bandwagon about something, something should prompt you to pray before you P-R-A-Y before you P-R-E-Y, if that makes sense to somebody. Because you have money coming across your path, and your default as a giver, Leos, may be to help somebody. But sources saying your prayers may actually be more powerful than you physically giving something. Believe it or not, your prayers may actually be more powerful, unless sources saying to physically give something. Your prayers may be actually more powerful than that. Yeah, your prayers may be actually more powerful than that. Yeah. Because these very energies right here that's caused a lot of lies and confusion behind somebody's back played a huge role in causing people's money to decrease. Just like they've caused your money to decrease. When they assumed by jumping to conclusions that just because you stepped into your light that you are going to save someone financially. You don't have the power to save another human being. You can help people through prayers. Right? Yeah. Same energies. It's the same. It's the same. The same energies that could be praying for people, praying on people. It's a spirit. It's a particular spirit. So that's the source is trying to help somebody. The source is trying to help you to learn how to do. People going down rabbit hole. I mean, they are motivated by finding out. I mean, like I said, lying behind people's backs. So, yeah, you can go into like meditative state. Go into meditative state. Yeah. I do see your and somebody's abundance and prosperity growing again in your prayer life. That's what I'm saying. Prayer and meditation life. Some people just like I can't even, and I'm just shaking my head while I'm reading because that's I'm telling y'all, when people want to even if people want to call and they just want to be in just high gossipy mode, I'm like, okay, stop, stop. Yeah, but anyway, I see money coming across your path. I see you being a lot more conservative with your time. I do see you praying for energies, and I do see you spending more time meditating and not just falling for the bait and switch. I don't see you going back to. I don't see you and somebody going back to that. I don't see you going back to that at all. I don't see you falling for the bait and switch. It's just too depressing to go back to the bait and switch. It's too depressing to go back to that. And I do see you back in the set. I see you being victorious at that. I see you being victorious. I see somebody else being victorious at that. But there's certain energies I don't see you and somebody talking to anymore. Whoever the you and somebody is, it could be you and a whole group of people. It's whoever the somebodies are, because it's a group of people who are moving on from that shady, just a confusion. Yeah. I just do stuff behind people's back without people's knowledge, like it just caused a bunch of, sadness to people. Yeah, so something is over. People be shaking in their boots. Oh, I wanted these 2 people get together, or these 3 people get together, this group of people get together. I heard this comedian talking today. He was so freaking spot on. The only reason I'm not going to mention... yeah, that's all I'm going to say. I ain't going to say... I said too much even saying comedian. I ain't going to say nothing else. That's it. Ooh, he was so spot on. I was like, this prophet don't even know what this energy is saying. I was like, this person is so tapped in. Here we have guidance. When you make divine intelligence your foundation, you finally have a fixed star to follow. Boy, I tell you, some people are so tapped in, it's not even funny. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at here, Leos. I mean, the expansion moving forward for you all is so crazy. It's really going to blow somebody's mind, for real. It's just like you thought that Source was taking you to one level, but Source is taking you to a level, and I see your comments. Thank you for the comments. Source is taking you to a level that, for real, a lot of you all, you're going to think that somebody was lying to you before. You're going to be like, okay, I thought somebody was just telling me just anything I wanted to hear. I thought somebody was just trying to inflate my ego, until you really turned your attention really to Source. That's when you realize, okay, you're on the rebirth side. You're talking about being born into the light. Here, the energy is gaining momentum. Energy is gaining momentum. You're not gonna want to argue with people anymore. Your energy is changing. Like, you're not gonna want to. It really is really about like having warm, like knowing how to use your fire. It's just about motivating people, praying for people, clearing the path. You know, that's what fire is supposed to be used for. Like I said, just that clarity. You can just feel very fortunate. Just operating in your light, just inspiring people. People are going to really look at you all and just going like they're inspired, which can be confusing for some people. People are really inspired by people who are operating in their purpose. And sometimes it can be confused as people being attracted to people in another kind of way. But what people are attracted to is your light. It's not always in a sexual way. Some people are attracted to, wow, okay, they just want to just find their light. And that's it. That's really just it. So something is going to inspire you to journal more. Something is going to inspire you to journal more. Something is going to get a lot of people out of their flesh and going to really get people into their light. It's going to get a lot of people into their light. So I see you journaling more and the energy is gaining momentum, but you're going to feel very, very fortunate that your somebody's abundance and prosperity is growing. But I'm telling you, congratulations. That's what I have for you. You deserve the best. That's all you should be accepting is the absolute best that Source has for you. It's like everybody should. That's what I have for you. All right. Bye.